Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Underland the Climb. Underland the Climb is developed by Mini Cactus Games, published by QU Byte Interactive, and releases on May 26th, 2022. Unfortunately, I don't have the price in front of me right now, but I'll give you kind of an idea at the end of the video what I think the game might land at. To let you know, this is actually the second game in the Underland series. The first game came in at a price of $7.99, so honestly, I would think Underland the Climb will probably land somewhere right about then. If you played the first Underland game that released, I believe, September of last year, this game is pretty much like a sequel. But yeah, let's dive in and talk about it. So this game is a puzzle game. The way the game works is there are 30 different levels. As you can see, I've played about half the game so far. Still got about half the levels to work on, but I think I've played more than enough here to give you my opinion on the game, especially completely playing through the first game as well. But yeah, there's a little bit of a kind of little brief audio narration story, but the main premise of how this game works is you're presented with sequence levels. So you have options that you can do between cycling through left bumper, right bumper, that then give you controls for different objects in the game. Now, these objects can vary from doors to the person that you control, down to a ton of different movement options, drills, explosives, bombs, fluid simulation style effects, and everything in between that you have to figure out how to use to complete out levels and navigate around. As you can see here, this time we have to actually use a little more than level, so there are things that can kill you. So the little like alien guys there that you can see, those are things that kind of kill you. Enemies and deadly effects in the game are things that you have to entirely avoid. And while you're playing the game, you have to figure out how to go from one area to the other, moving all these sequenced options and complete out the stages. So in this case, for this level, I need to get that button pushed, so I need to bring the enemy that's trying to kill me over to lower this ramp to then allow me to get up the ramp, and then I have to move him back off, all while using him as a tool to complete out the level and sequence the game through like that. And then what I have to do then is just figure out how to use those objects and items in the game to get my little dude here to the ending platform. You really don't have a lot of controls with your little dude. You can hold and grab things when those levels have them, or you can jump and move around, and that's kind of the premise of how the game works. You're going to run through, like I said, 30 levels. If you want to know a little more in depth with my thought on these kind of games, I would definitely recommend you check out our first review for Underland, where I'll kind of talk a little bit more with how that game works. But a lot of these puzzles and stuff just premise you to really focus and pay attention to the environment around you. So as you can see here, I'm lowering this door because that first enemy, I can't kill or attack them. So I need to figure out a way to kill them without me doing anything. So this fluid glue is kind of like lava. It will kill these enemies. So what I'm actually going to do is try to drip some of this from this crane on top of them and kill them so that I can then maneuver my way through and get to the end of the level. And all that's going to be done by just figuring out the way to do the sequences. Now, once I've gotten here, I need to figure out how to lower the platform that's above my little dude. So then now I'll sequence this truck to hit a pressure plate for me, and then allow me to continue moving forward to then complete out the level. And yeah, this is kind of just how the main game works. Like I said, it's just figuring out the sequences and what you need to do to get your little dude to safety and up the ramp. Now, I do know that there will be guides up all throughout the world for this game, so if you do find yourself stuck, I'd suggest give yourself about 10-15 minutes, let your brain kind of work, and try to figure out how these puzzles complete out. And then once you've given yourself, like, that, nice length amount of time, then go ahead and go after trying to figure out the levels in a different sense. But I would highly encourage you just to give a lot more time than just giving up on the game after, a few seconds. Put some effort and work into figuring out what you need to do to then get those levels completed and done. Now, a lot of the times when you are playing this game, like I said, it's going to be frustrating. The solutions aren't going to seem very apparent right off the get-go. So, yeah, just pace yourself. You'll be able to figure it out and be able to get the full 1,000 in the game. The game does feature 30 achievements for completing all the levels, as well as one achievement for getting all the achievements. So basically a kudos for finishing out the very last level. I'm not going to show you too much more. We did do an early preview video that shows a little more gameplay, and I think I did like 5 or 6 of the levels in the game. But yeah, as far as giving an opinion, I love the art style. I love the kind of like the little 8-bit-ish style graphics. You know, it's very flat and opaque, and the game doesn't try to draw you into the graphics. It tries to draw you into the game style and quality that the dev team really wanted to create and put out for you. As far as the music and soundtrack, there's not a lot of music to really add to a game like this, and the soundtrack honestly pairs really well with the game. I do enjoy the music that like accompanies it. It kind of keeps you just that like almost relaxing edge of your seat, kind of just a couple tones, and I enjoy that. As far as giving an opinion, if I think this game's worth buy, sale, or pass, I think the game's worth buying. It's a fun little puzzle game that's gonna take you more time, especially if I think the game will land somewhere around that $7.99 price point, like the prior games before that. But yeah, outside of that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any questions about the game, please let us know down below in the comments. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.